So do you want to come down here? Would that be easier for you?
Okay.
I'm all right. I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it's back in the middle. All right.
Down here.
All right. Welcome, everybody. Today is Thursday, October 23rd, and you are tuned in to the regular session of the Swampscott School Committee. We are at Swampscott High School, 200 Essex Street in Swampscott, room B129. Call this meeting now to order, and if you are so able, will you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Welcome. I'm Glenn Pastor, Vice Chair, sitting in for Amy O'Connor, who is traveling this evening. We will start with public comment. Is there any public comment in the room? Okay. Can you, we actually need a piece of paper. I need you to sign in, please. Thank you. That's fine. Sorry to be so formal with you. You're welcome.
Okay, this one needs erasable ink, so.
No, it's fine. You're fine. All right. Katie, just for the record, just to go through this public comment, as you know, for anyone who's listening, it's the opportunity for the public to discuss matters of concern to them. We ask that each speaker take no more than 3 minutes. The school committee, per tradition, will not reply to your answer, your question.
Sounds good.
It's all you.
Thank you. Hello? Okay. I just wanted to acknowledge the cross-country team. They've had a great regular season. The girls have had personal bests. The boys are undefeated. They're headed to the NEC meet this weekend. They're led by a great coach and fantastic captains. On the flip side, I wanted to request that the school leadership review and revise the current school trip policy going forward for the 25-26 school year. Though specifically, the universal trip isn't being run appropriately. The current model promotes exclusivity, anxiety, and bullying among students. Teenagers shouldn't have the ability to determine if students have the opportunity to attend and how much a family pays for the trip. It's just not okay. And currently I don't know what her role is, but the facilitators don't seem to care. It's a policy that definitely needs to change, and I hope that school leadership will take that under advisement. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Katie. Appreciate it. Is there anyone out in the internet land who would like to talk?
Nobody with their hand up.
Okay. Public comment has been dispensed with. Committee comment.
Can I just ask something public comment wise?
Absolutely.
I don't actually understand everything she was talking about because I'm not up here focusing on the cross country, but it's something you could maybe bring back next week.
About the cross-country team?
Or just about this issue or whatever, like if there's something you can.
But Katie, without, yeah, you're referring to there's a trip?
I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
I
I just want some clarity about what maybe the issue is or what, or a
yeah, I agree
resolution
with
that
Suzanne,
is happening behind the
It
scenes.
didn't sound like cross-country and the trip were connected.
No, they're not. Those are two different ones.
So they're
okay.
two different animals?
Yes.
All right, great.
Okay.
Thank you. I agree. I agree with you.
Oh, way to go.
Yeah, I agree with you, Suzanne.
Okay,
I'd like
okay.
some detail. Okay.
I mean, we didn't approve the universal trip for this year?
Mr. Pierce is here.
Oh, that's what he's here for.
Okay.
Well, Mr. Roby did it in the spring, I
Right,
believe,
like,
but now
right.
this
Okay.
isn't.
Okay. All right. So before we get to that, committee comment, Mr. Jantis.
So,
Leah too. She hasn't been.
Yeah,
to it.
I'm going to let you do that. So
Okay.
hold on.
I'm sorry.
Good.
please go
Good.
ahead.
Oh, Leah, this is your first
Yeah.
meeting. So Leah Beatrice is here. She with Sasha Dari are our student reps, and we're so lucky to have them. So I just wanted to introduce you, and if you want to say anything, not to put you on the spot, but
I'm Leah Beatrice. I'm a junior at Swampscott High School with Sasha. I'm really glad I could attend today's meeting after having field hockey games for the past 2 other ones. So really glad I can make it today. And so far, for my experience in high school, I think it's been a really smooth transition in the school year, and I really don't have anything else to say at the moment. So.
Great.
All right.
Well, thank you.
Welcome.
How long have you been in Swampscott, your whole
Yeah,
career?
yeah, I've been at Swampscott High School my whole life.
No, but like the Swampscott school system?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
school
yeah,
system.
I was just curious.
Okay. Thank you. Mr. Jantis.
So actually, just to pick up on the cross-country theme, I just wanted to comment, there was senior day on Monday. There were 3 seniors. My daughter was one of them, and it was a great ceremony. Coach said some very moving comments, I thought, very well spoken. Just want to acknowledge Maura Lau for her work. She put together some great posters of the kids. They're actually hanging in the lobby here at the high school. She did a great job with that. And just to the students themselves, they worked. One of the things I was just talking with the coach afterwards, you know, it really was an acknowledgement of all the work the kids have done over the last 4 years. You know, running, you know, getting up early in the summer to run at 5:30 in the morning before they went off for their day's activities. It just really was a great acknowledgement of all of that hard work and to be successful in what they've accomplished in the 4 years. So just to recognize all of them, I'm not going to sit up here and say I'm getting all misty-eyed and nostalgic, but it was a great ceremony. So Glenn, that's what I wanted to.
Great.
Mr. Jones, but also,
Yes.
there was a story about the cross-country team and the Tides last week. I don't know if you saw it. So we just had we're trying to pump them up as well.
Great.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Ms. Wright.
I do not have any comment.
Mr. Contreras.
I would just say I've been learning a lot about the games at the field since my son is doing the TV production stuff and
Oh, fun.
getting the training done. So that has been great to see more community engagement from him.
All right. Sasha.
I would say I agree with Mr. Contreras. I think TV production really works hard, especially because I am in the crew. We work really hard to produce all these events. Also with the seniors, I'm really proud that all of them are working really hard. Senior night for volleyball is actually occurring right now, if you guys don't hear the pre-game music. And yeah, that's all I have to say.
You guys do the football games too? Or?
Yes, I think senior night for football already happened last week.
Great. And Leah, welcome. Tell us what's going on.
Nothing new much for me. To add on to the TV production, I know that a lot of the sport teams are really grateful for all the work that they do. I know that the field hockey team, we've been watching basically all of the films that they've done, and it's really great to have that community and club that can do that for us, so that we can watch our films and just see what we can improve on. And I know that every time that they're there, I'm just really happy to just be able to watch
I kind of agree.
Yeah.
My niece, who's away at college, watches her brother's soccer games every time
Yeah.
they're on. It's feels really great that she can do it, and she's on the phone with us the whole time. Oh my God, did you see that? It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you. For me, again, just I think what I've said before, we here believe in complete inclusion. Every student, every family, they are part of this community, regardless of gender, regardless of religion, regardless of anything. Our job is to educate everyone. So just to say that. Just a couple things. I'm sure a lot of us have read that, there are many, many fundraisers going out there for elementary, for sports, for this and that. I do have to call out one because it's actually my favorite, and Mr. Jancis' family was involved in this. The Swampscott High School cheerleaders has a Thanksgiving pie sale every year. And several years ago, John convinced me to buy a pie, and I've now bought several since. So if you are at all want delicious pies from Spinelli's, it also, you can donate a pie to my brother's table. I know it's been online, and so I would give it my complete endorsement on that. Really good pies.
They're great pies, and I'm not sorry that we don't have 300 pies on our front porch anymore, but it was for a good cause.
I miss driving by your house now. So that's that. And again, I know there's a lot of fundraisers. On behalf of the committee, we really appreciate that, you know, anytime someone does go and support one of our fundraisers. I think there's one at Fantasy Island tonight, if I remember what I saw.
DC trip.
Okay, and I know that's where I'll be heading after our meeting. So thank you in advance for donating to the cause. I mean, they're all great causes, and it really helps the students do whatever they are trying to do. All right, reports, discussions, superintendent.
All right, we're going to start with Mr. Pierce is here to talk about the Universal Studios trip.
Hello, I'm Jim Pierce. I'm the course director at Swampscott High School, among other things. When we did our 24-25 trip to Disney, band and chorus went together, and we plan on going together to Universal as well. And there was a little clerical snafu where chorus was not on the approval form with band when band was approved in the spring. So it is the trip that's March 3rd through 7th. We are going to perform both separately and together. And we're also doing a workshop called Sound Design, Music and the Art of Foley, and Enjoying the Parks with the kids. So we're looking for approval for that.
Great, thank you, Mr. Pierce. Any questions?
Wait, is the approval to change the request to add chorus, or is it?
Yes.
For the whole
So
request?
band did the approval in the spring, and there was just a little snafu that chorus was not on that form.
Great.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with adding them, because they obviously had a lot of fun last year, both groups.
Right.
But I also, I mean, I just also want to hear back to make sure there's parity, and we're giving out permission for field trips that are open and available to everyone, or given what the rules are for those who aren't going, and why not, kind of stuff. So, I mean, I make a motion to approve for chorus to be included.
Go on second, please.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
It passes unanimously. And thank you, Mr. Pierce, for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You need me to sign? Yeah, I can do that to sign. Today is the 23rd. There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Facilities Director, Mr. Casper. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Enlighten us with what you're going to talk about.
Happy to be here. Superintendent and I were at the select board meeting last night where they reviewed the MOU for recreation's use of the Clark Building starting November 1st for 1 year. We did meet on this last year, and the board approved it, but the select board did not at the time. The agreement is substantially the same with a few tweaks. So I think we're all very excited about the prospect of recreation using the Clark Building. The Recreation Department will be paying the utilities for the building, gas and electric, while they are occupying the building. And we are here tonight looking for the school committee's approval of the MOU as well.
Great. Any comment from the committee?
Hey, Max, while they're using, does that mean the entire 12 months, or are there months out? You just said they'll pay those utilities while they're using it. Like,
No, through
You
the
mean they're
entire
paid
12 months.
The 12 month, the whole 12 months.
Yep.
Ms. Stella, she's not here.
Here she is.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, my other question was, I just lost it.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay, it's really my brain.
Ms. Seller, are you comfortable that all the fees and that we would incur will be incurred by the folks using the facility? Like, is there any gap that you're concerned about?
So there's no budgetary gap. We had, when we had talked about this a year ago, the MOU that you see before you is the same, pretty much MOU at that point. And the agreement at that point a year ago was that we would, they would pay the utilities, we would pay routine, maintenance. And so our budget has that
Okay.
built into it. Because I will say that because we started this conversation and we intended initially that recreation would take the building over, and if not, we had other interested parties, we did not budget for Clark utilities, which we have been paying. So it will be nice to have them take those over now, because that was something that we had no intention of having to incur, so we didn't budget for it last year. But, things happen the way they happen, so this is good that now we can turn that over to recreation.
Okay.
Do you have an idea how many maintenance hours are gonna be used per day? Like, is it you using facilities people to clean or after events or classes
So-
there?
The cleaning and custodial is the responsibility of recreation within the agreement. The real costs are like contractors, elevator maintenance, fire alarm maintenance, boiler maintenance,
Right.
these sort of things that are kind of sunk costs. Our folks will continue to participate. Actually, many of the facilities staff are joint town and
Right.
school staff, so it would be appropriate for us to support the building anyways. But we're not sort of calculating the costs of our time with the building.
Are we still considering trying to rent it out to a school system or a program or anything, or is that like?
I think this is in place of that. We were considering an RFP. We went to the select board to discuss the RFP. That didn't really go anywhere. We were about to kind of restart that conversation when the new rec director sort of entered the fold and expressed an interest. And, it probably doesn't generate the same level of income, but this arrangement doesn't generate the same level of income that an outside user probably would. But we think it's really potentially a really good thing for the town. And
Yeah,
it's,
no, I agree. It's a good thing for the building too, to have people in it.
yep,
Sure.
absolutely.
I agree. Just know that money-wise, it'd be nice for the town to be taking in money for this building, not spending money. But all good.
Miguel, John?
Just a couple quick things, just for full transparency. I did share a few questions with Max, the chair, and the superintendent after the last meeting, really around clarification on a couple of things. One was around the example I used, if the heating system broke over there, who would be responsible for that? It was just, to me, it was a little ambiguous. That was my question, and Max added some additional language to clarify that would be it wouldn't be on the district. That would be a town thing if some scenario like that transpired. I also asked about insurance, just for the rec department being over there. Would there be, for those activities, would any additional insurance or anything along those lines be required? And Max, I think you said the town carries insurance for all its properties, but there may be just some additional tweaking that may occur in that process, if I understood your email correctly. And there was one typo in there which Max addressed as well. So those are the things I had questions on. Max did a great job in addressing them. And Max, just please tell me if I've captured that correctly, what I said.
Yeah, the insurance came up with the select board last night as well. And the same answer that, all of the buildings are covered under like one policy. It's not like there's a school policy and a town policy. Of course, it will be prudent for the town to notify the insurance carrier that the occupancy of the building has changed from vacant to what its use will be, but I think they're well aware of that.
Ms. Stella?
Just to actually expand upon that, it actually will be a cost savings to the town. Our insurance goes up for vacant buildings, and so now that the building will no longer be deemed vacant, the price of the policy for Clark will decrease. I don't know to what extent or how meaningful, but it actually is a positive thing from an insurance perspective to have somebody in the building.
Okay, thank you.
Great. Miguel?
I would just say that it's great to kind of see that we're trying to give the rec program access to the building, since I know I've definitely seen some people saying that we're being greedy with the building, but if we were, we would have gone with someone else and added money to the school budget, which we did not. And I like that we have like the partnership there with the town to make this available to the community. So I'm all for this.
Great. I certainly am for it. I think it's fine. I did question some of the language. I just want to be really clear with the community, because I'm like Miguel, I've read a lot. The building's owned by the school department. Period. End of story. It's owned by the school department. Abbott Park is owned by the town. Any change in that will be robustly discussed, debated, and voted upon. So I know there's a lot of discussions out there, and I look forward to participating in many of those discussions. But it's a complicated issue that it's not just a single, should the school district give it back to the town? There is, when is the middle school going to be addressed? What are we going to do with those students during that renovation, rebuild, et cetera? So I do want the community to realize, just in case, because I've read, who owns what, why does everybody own what? By statute, the building is the property of the Swampscott School District. So just want to make that clear. So can I have a vote or a motion, please, to accept the Clark School MOU, Memorandum of Understanding between the Swampscott Public Schools and the town of Swampscott?
Make the motion.
I'll second.
Okay, all those in favor, say aye. Aye. There is no opposed. It is unanimous. Thank you, Max.
Thank you.
You want me to sign that? Or you want me to wait? Okay, I'll sign it. Okay, there you go. I'll let you do whatever you do. All right. Next up on the docket is Assistant Superintendent of Finance and Operations, first quarter FY26 budget update. Ms. Stella.
Thank you. So I'm very pleased to present this first quarter projection. As you know, we did have a $100,000 loss in our Title I funding. And I think the really good news coming out of where we see our budget ending up after Q1 is that we will have a small surplus. So we've been able to, within the budget, absorb that $100,000 loss and potentially end the year with a minimal surplus, which is about the same, oddly, about the same number I projected last year around this time, give or take a few $100s. So, as we kind of go through the cost centers, administration is under budget, but as you all know, the salary reserve for all of our union contracts and administrator contracts sat within the administration cost center. Now that the contracts are finalized, we've hired almost everyone at this point. We've done the projection. We'll be moving the budget out of that cost center and into the other cost centers. So what you'll see next projection is the available budget in that cost center going down drastically, and some of these negatives that you're seeing be less negative as we shift that money to the correct positions. The other piece that I did want to mention, though, is, as you know, we have a number of new administrators this year, some of them new to administration. So we are seeing some salary savings within the administration cost center due to, the hiring of some new administrators. District-wide is right now projected to finish minimally under budget. There's really nothing significant happening there. General education, as of right now, is projected to finish over budget, but again, that will get cleared up as we start moving the money out of administration. We do have a couple of retirement savings that are helping that cost center as well, too. So you'll see that number improve. School facilities is right now projected to end the year over budget by almost $200,000. Max is here, he could probably speak more to this, but the major driver of that is the electricity costs at Swampscott Elementary School. As of right now, our projection is that number will be $300,000. As you know, the town appropriated $200,000 in free cash to cover that bill. So that is a major driver at this point as to why we're projecting that to finish over budget. I do know, Max can give an update if you'd like on the solar project. But last we talked, it is in process, and please correct me if I say anything wrong here. And, even once we get it all installed up on the roof, it takes some time to actually get online with National Grid and Verizon. And right now, the really rough estimate of when the rooftop solar will be online is February. So it's going to take us a little bit of time before we start seeing any level of savings with our electricity at the elementary school. And as I just mentioned earlier, the other piece of this that's causing that budget to be over budget is our Clark utility expenses. We had no intention of needing to budget for this fiscal year, so we did not, because we didn't want to unnecessarily put money in there that we knew we wouldn't need because of the events that occurred. Things got delayed as far as kind of effectively turning that building over to somebody else that would be paying those bills. And so there's a little bit of a deficit there. Our special education cost center is over budget by $414,000. Some of this will get, again, resolved by the transfer out with salaries. As you recall, too, the town did request that we reduce our out-of-district tuition by $200,000 and instead assume that the reserve fund would fund that, so that is also a piece of this as well. But what I do want to highlight, and it's kind of, there's good and bad with all the cost centers, but we are starting to see some efficiencies at the Swampscott Elementary School as it relates to staffing, and we're seeing a little bit of it this year, and I think we'll see maybe a little bit more next year. And so that is positive. That's helping to reduce our budget deficit in the special education cost center. And that's it. I'm happy to take any questions.
Thank you, Cheryl. John, any questions?
Not at the moment. Thank you for the presentation, though. That's, good news, especially on the efficiencies, hearing about that.
Great, thank you. Miguel?
Same, don't really have any questions, but definitely like that we have been trying to save where we can.
Yes.
Since last budget was difficult, especially not getting that Title I money. And I like that we're being very transparent with what we have right now.
Yeah, I saw with Cheryl. I saw it. Nice work. I think it's clear. I think it's nice to see. It's nice to feel so good starting off.
It is.
It feels good to be on solid ground right here and not be looking for money yet.
And I do want to credit, obviously Jason and the building leadership team, as we had departures throughout, the summer and whatnot, we really were pushing to try and find ways to bring people in at lower rates. And we were able to realize that for a fair number of positions, which is what is really helping us to be able to absorb the Title I funding loss,
Right.
because we didn't just cut Title I. You know, the $100,000 and what we were paying initially out of Title I, we're still paying those, but now it's just within our budget. And so, you know, kudos to all of them and all their hard work there. I mean, they found some fantastic, talented people. And thankfully, we were able to get them at lower costs than we were paying our previous employees.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Max, can you tell us about the project? We all love to hear about solar projects.
Sure, I'd be happy to. It's been a long time coming. We put things in the new construction building to be able to do the solar immediately after. I had initially planned on doing it the summer before the building even opened. National Grid made it a very complicated process, but we stuck with it. And very happy to report that there's panels on the roof right now. The gym roof is entirely covered. They're working on the second southerly section now, and then they'll move to the northerly section. And they'll be within about 2 or 3 weeks. There'll be panels basically covering the entire roof, and then they have the wiring and the final connections, and then as Cheryl alluded to, kind of waiting on National Grid for the final inspections and approvals and final ability to turn it on, which we hope for in February, which is actually pretty good timing because you don't get a lot of generation over the winter anyway, so we really want to have it online for March. That's when it starts to start kicking in the spring.
Great. Sasha, do you have any budget questions whatsoever? Just putting you on the spot. You can say no. It's perfectly fine.
I'm happy to hear that even with the budget cutting that we are still able to work it out. And I'm happy to hear the good news about the efficiency with the elementary school.
Leah, I'm really putting you on the spot because it's your first meeting.
I don't have any questions either. Really good to hear that so far everything's going well. And I really like the solar panels that you're implementing on the roof. I feel like that will really help with the school facility budgets. And I really like using renewable energy sources. I feel like that's really good for our community.
Great, thank you.
You know, we have geothermal wells on that property too.
I didn't know that. It's amazing. Yeah.
Glenn, can I say one more thing?
Absolutely, Max.
We've had a really great partnership with Consigli, the company that is doing the solar project, and just today they offered to do a presentation to the older students. So they're setting up the older students at the elementary school. So we're setting up a time and date for Consigli to give a presentation and talk about the solar project. We're even going to talk a little bit about the geothermal and just the energy
That's
efficiency
great.
of the building.
Can I get invited?
I know.
Sure, yeah.
I know.
No, seriously, invite me.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that is great. That's really nice of them to do that, and thank you for shepherding that through. All right, Ms. Stella, thank you as always. Turn it over to actually it's me, I'm sorry. We are going to now talk about the superintendent goals, which we discussed 2 weeks ago. I know there's been a couple proposed additions, comments, and Ms. Wright, I'll turn it over to you.
Yeah, I mean, I think I wasn't here last week, so I didn't hear the presentation live, so I'm sure you said probably more than I read, and forgive me for not watching it either.
That's okay.
But I just don't have enough extra minutes in my life.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I know this is really exciting. I just think that when I was reading it, I thought there was an absence of measurable goals, and I think overall I just wanted to see 3-year goals instead of saying monitoring progress. I wanted to see what was doable 1 year, 2 years, and 3 years, so that we could actually say, oh, you got there, or you didn't get there, we're going to add that to the second year, just so we have a way to,
Yeah.
it just feels like an easier way to sort of stay on track rather than get caught, like, not having done the whole goal after 3 years. So,
So
yeah, basically.
what I have in the slides are sort of everybody's questions from last week and yours, and sort of what the feedback was and what my response is. So do you want, we can just go through that?
Sure.
Okay, so the first one was and again, this isn't all the goals, this isn't all the slides
Right.
from last time, this is just purely the feedback. So the first was the feedback from the school committee was clarification on monitoring goals. Goal 1, is the action plan and development assessment procedures happening year 1 and implemented year 2 and refined year 3? And the response is yes. The action plan and development of assessment procedures are happening year 1. I need to see the data. I need to come up with a plan to what we're going to do to continue to build on our strengths that we have in the school system and see our relative weaknesses where our areas are to grow. And that's that sort of like year 1 satellite vision to sort of realize.
So, I mean, I think the goal gets written, you know, year one, we will assess the procedures of how we're measuring blah, 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 and report back to, you know, by a certain date, right? Or, do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, I think it just needs to be in a sort of a SMART goal format.
Yes.
But I think that's, I mean, this goal definitely lends itself to like, sort of like a 3-year process.
I think some of them, you know, see that.
Yeah.
I agree. We have to look at year 1, but also it might be applicable to for years 2 and 3, and hopefully
Right.
year 10 and 15 and.
Yeah, no, but at some
Yeah.
point, this will just be standard practice,
Yes,
right? It won't be
right.
a goal.
Right.
It'll be part of what you just SOP, you know?
Yes. All right, the next slide.
No.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. Does anyone have any comment about the proposed changes? No? John? I don't either. Okay.
So we'll stop after each one, okay?
Yes, please.
Okay, so the second goal, the feedback was about the student measures, log event attendance, 2 after-school events and evenings per month at each building. If not, change to 3 after-school events per month, at least 1 at each school. So the response to that is that after-school events, 2 per month, because the elementary and the middle outside of sports don't always have those after-school events happening every month. I'm committed to being at every school event possible, but I did not specify which school because of the number of events at school per month, if that makes sense. So I left it broad for that reason, but I'm happy to revisit that and maybe even extend it to every 2 months, so that way you definitely get the one at each
Yeah,
school.
I mean, I think after-school events don't, I mean, I'm not, this is confusing to me because it's like a student measure.
I think
And
it's,
so it's like, so, wait, what does it plan to be? Like, this is about students, about the community, and it's about everyone, right?
it's about everyone. So I think a lot of the student measures you can use for student measures and community.
Right,
whichever
but
you
I'm
get into
saying
a
like
bit.
student measures, like, you know, even if you're just walking, if you're visiting like the after-school Y program to see how that's running, or
Mm-hmm.
feedback from parents about that, or if you're going to an after-school teacher meeting, and, or, I don't know, like, it just feels like it doesn't have to be like a
Like a-
PTO night or a conference night, right?
or,
It can be something else where you just connect with a littler group of students or teachers or something more
That's no
intimate.
problem. Yeah,
Like,
that's
you know
no
what I'm
problem.
saying? Like, it
Yes.
just feels like it doesn't have to be a big lift,
Okay,
but I think I think actually you probably get more out of it to go to a wider variety of things
Yeah.
than sort of like the same things. And, I mean, I see you at sports, that's easy for you because you like that.
yeah, I've been
But-
going everywhere, not just sports, but yes.
Yeah, no,
yes.
but I'm just saying, like, it's
Yeah.
like, it's sort of, I don't know, I just think this should be, somehow you should measure this, so somehow we can say, see, like, you can present, like, this is what I did, period. Like,
Yes,
that's an easy one
yeah.
to sort of check off.
I think in my head, I was thinking about the big night events, but that makes a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
mean, I
sense
just
what you're
don't,
saying.
I just don't think, yeah.
The sewing after-school program at the middle school.
Oh, yeah, right, and
Yeah.
Tracy, isn't she the best?
A student made me a pillow that if you squeeze it, it smells like lavender. It's
Oh, that's
amazing.
awesome.
It's amazing. And then about the student cabinet. So the idea right now is starting the student cabinet at the high school. We're working on getting a cross-section of student volunteers, so there's going to be a survey. Kids are going to hopefully say they want to be a part of it and have access to administration and sort of what's working, what's not working, what are we missing from our lens, so the students can tell us directly. And there's going to be, this year, we're looking at 6 meetings, and my goal is to attend 85% of them. I would say 100% of them, I just don't know if I have NISIP, which is my new superintendent's induction program, or just something that's happening that day, but my goal is to get to at least 85% of those
So
meetings.
if you're not at E, who's running them then if you're not there
So it's going to be myself, Ms. Kent, Ms. Otto will be at every single meeting
for the high school one?
for the high school. And then the idea is that next year, or maybe at the end of this year, we start to pilot a middle school version of this.
And how's it gonna be different from the, oh my God, you guys, I'm sorry, I'm talking so much, like, ask questions. Jason, sorry.
That's okay, go
I
ahead.
just was like, how is it different from student government? Like, the student government, not the class officers, but the whole student government?
Well, I don't know if, I can't speak to the past, I don't know if the superintendent's ever been involved with the student government, but I think it was sort of, the idea was to have direct access
Yeah, no.
to me, really.
Yeah, no, I think it's great.
Yeah.
I think that, making sure there's a cross-section of students.
That's the idea, yeah.
And making sure it's not the same students that are on
Mhm.
student government necessarily.
Yes,
And, no, I
Agreed.
think it's a great idea. I think everyone should have a little
Yeah.
cabinet. for
agreed. The more
feedback.
kids we can get involved and have their voices heard, the better.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the part that I feel like is different from the student government is
Mm.
you're trying to get that cross-section where it's
Right.
not just the people, I want to do this.
Right. And to be honest with you, just because somebody's not comfortable running for student government doesn't mean they don't have amazing ideas that should be heard
Right.
and valued, so, yeah.
Right. John?
No, I was just going to say, you know, to Suzanne's question about us, you know, asking questions as well. I think I asked that same exact question, so great minds, so,
great
you know,
minds,
how
there you
it
go.
different from the student government, so, yeah, I'm just going to add additional commentary if we didn't cover it the last.
Okay.
Right. I just think for me, I get a little concerned when we're putting, you know, attend 85%, or we're gonna do this or that. And I get concerned about it because you are a first-year superintendent. Many things are gonna come up. You have, on top of the regular superintendent duties, you have, you know, your mentor meetings. You're just getting involved with some of the other roles and responsibilities of this. So I think for me, if you're comfortable with this, is okay. What I'm looking for, and I think you and I spoke about this, you know, in February, when we come and just review all this, you know, that could be the time that you say, listen, I've done X, Y, and Z, and there are other things that have candidly taken priority.
Yeah, I
And-
mean, that was our whole point of trying to stay on schedule with this, so that these goals are established early in the year, so that in January, we'll meet and do like a mid-course
Yeah.
correction, right?
Right.
Or addition, subtraction from these goals to not quit on them, but to be realistic about achieving them. But I think it's great that you're saying 85%. I think that we should be setting standards that we're expecting to have at this building. And I think your goal could be to establish this cabinet and to, you know, build a calendar, define who the students are gonna be and how many they're gonna be, you know, and how they're gonna be chosen. Like, just figuring out that is gonna be
Yeah.
a real headache, because there's a lot more than 6 kids from 6 different groups in here. Like, you
Yeah.
know, there's a million different groups of students.
That would be a
there's-
good prob- I
there's
mean, if we
700
have-
individual students here, right?
Yeah.
So.
If
like,
we have, you know, the more kids that say they want to be a part of it, that's a good problem,
Yeah,
I think.
well,
and-
I
and
just
I'll
question for the
figure that
kids
out.
here, like, is this something that's interesting to you, like, to not be on school council, and not be on student government, but participate in something like this, where you have like the superintendent's ear?
I think it's a very great opportunity for all the students at the high school. I think it's a great way to expand all the different like voices and opinions from a wide variety of students, and especially if they have direct access to Mr. Kalishman, then they can definitely, and we'll be able to see their changes actually being put in place like in school day.
Like, do you think the focus should be, this is just like putting it on the spot, and it's may or may not happen, but should the focus be on choosing kids for this kind of thing that aren't the typical, you know, leaders in athletic teams or on student government? Should like the focus be to look sort of different than usually gets pegged for certain things? Like the fact that you guys are here, like you should probably, do you think you should be on this or not? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like,
I was actually wondering how the students were going to be chosen for this specific
Yeah.
cabinet, but I think it would be great to include like a wide variety. I think like the more like different groups of students that you can get into the cabinet would be the most beneficial.
Yeah, I think like just figuring out how you're doing that part of this is part of the first year goal, for sure, right?
Yeah.
Like developing, I don't know.
The
Did you
Google
have-
form and the.
You have some other thoughts, Sasha?
I agree with this whole idea. I think compared to student council, which I'm a part of, the student cabinet would be very beneficial, agreeing with Leah. I think that all students' voices deserve to be heard, and specifically picking students that wouldn't really be a part of these things, and to get the different point of views of what these students think is very good to hear for like feedback. I think this is different from student council because Mr. Kalishman will be involved in this, and in the student cabinet, you will be more direct with Mr. Kalishman compared to the student council, where it's just, we have 2 advisors from the school that are teachers, and it's kids that are elected from the grade. I think it would be a very good idea to pursue this.
Yeah, no, it's a great goal, but I think my thing was just break it down into measurable pieces to, like set it up, host it, attend to 85%, and then make a decision about do this a year again or try it as middle school.
Yep.
Like those are sort of just like measurable steps.
Just from my perspective is, this is your thing. We don't really, other than it's a goal. I would just maybe advise, if I could even go out on that limb to advise, is whomever students you select, they are fully invested, and they'll attend all or a majority of those meetings. Other than that, this is your game. Thank you.
Glenn, just to add one, I think one of the things we also talked about at the last session, when we were talking about the superintendent's goals, was if at some point the superintendent feels like, things have changed, or there's a situation that prevents him from getting to where he wants to on some of these, that he would come back and, we could have that discussion at that point. So I think that's an important thing, just to make sure this is not, we can't deviate from this, you can't deviate from this plan.
Right.
That if something, did come up, that you would, come back and report to us, and, what amendments you're thinking of.
Right, and if I could dovetail on that too, and I think everyone realizes that, this is your kind of your first bite at the apple, and things are absolutely going to change day to day, hour to hour sometimes. And that's why I know this was great. I'm actually looking forward to more when you come back in January, February, and let us know and say, this is what I thought, this is what I want to change, and this is where we're going to go. I mean, that's what, this is great. I'm looking forward to February, when you have 6 months under your belt. Yeah. And, you have the full lay of the land. Your new administrators have been in place for half a year. And I think that'll be the interest, see how that all shakes out. Thank you. You can go. Is that it?
Okay, next slide.
Next slide, please.
So this is what are parent-specific events, how are they distinguished from student and teacher events? So we were talking, I was thinking about parent coffees, PTO, sporting events, concerts, musicals, plays, science fairs, etc. But some of these events do overlap. I'm using them as an opportunity to connect with families. I mean, yesterday I was at the Unified Sports game here. That was amazing. I talked to a lot of families about sort of, I heard the good and some, constructive feedback on things that we could improve, but also it was a great event anyway. But those are the types of things. I mean, I'll be at the play next Wednesday. There are just things that are conducive to students and parents, I think, and I want to take advantage of those as well. Any questions on that one?
No.
Does it make sense how they overlap?
Yeah, no,
there?
it totally does. It's like, yeah, it does. I don't even think you need to differentiate them. I think they just need to be goals. Like, it doesn't have to be like a student or parent engagement goal. It's just an engagement goal, right? But I think when you, is your next slide the district?
So we're going to the district. So the staff measure, again, can you do 3 events per month at one building? Not every school has, like I said before, this is the same thing we talked about earlier, but I could change it But I was thinking about those big events originally when I saw that question, so I was thinking about open houses, PD, conferences. But when you talk about, like you said, after-school Y, or, you know, any sort of thing that's happening after school at any one of the three schools, I think that's certainly doable. I just had big picture events in my head.
Again, I think I'm a little concerned with the amount, and this I know we talked about at the meeting 2 weeks ago, and that's why I didn't have really an issue with this being a little bit more open-ended. Just doing the arithmetic, I just get a little concerned about, I get concerned about, okay, you're going to go to 3 events a month and 1 per building. I know you're going to go to more. I mean, that's your job. And I don't know. Does anyone else have a thought about this, or is it just me?
Like we're gonna burn them out?
Yeah, I'm getting more. And
How about a range then?
yeah, I'd be much more comfortable. Yeah, I'd be much more comfortable, Jason, with a range than, okay, you're gonna do 3, whether it's 1 to 4, 2 to 4. I want to give you that space that you're not studying to the test, so to speak.
Okay.
You know, I mean, you can decide what needs to be tackled in that particular month. You know, is it something happened with sports and it has to be a high school event? Is there something that happened at the bake fair at the elementary school and you have to be at that event? I want you to have that flexibility to do what you need to do as far as a superintendency. So I prefer a range. And thank you, John, for suggesting that. Anyone else? John? Sorry. Miguel?
No, that's fair.
Great.
Okay. Next slide.
Yes, please.
Amy had asked me to adjust the number of community and key town leaders to 3 per year. This has been adjusted. And then directly, as far as the communication measures go, are we directly emailing the town administrator, FinCom, Capital, Select Board, the newsletter? So yes, we've been sending my newsletter directly to the town. Through the town newsletter. I don't know, I can't say if everybody on that list is checking the town's newsletter, so I'm certainly.
It's not on you.
And it's not a big deal. I could send it to everybody too, if that's.
No. Let's do it exactly how it's set up to do. If the people on the list, like sending something through Parent Square, you can't make every parent open it. All we can do is send it.
I think my intention for asking this is because we're covering really well our Parent Square population, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like with teachers or school visits, but we're not covering like,
Everybody else, yeah.
I'm on Parent Square, so I get these mailings,
Mhm.
but if you're not on Parent Square, you never see the superintendent's letter, and I think that that's the way it's no big deal, you add 3 people to your email distribution, right? You add the chair of the FinCom, or all the members, but it doesn't even matter at that point, but you just, then they can't say, we don't know what's going on. That's all I'm saying, and even town meeting, because it's just like, this is, you built us this great school, we just had our last, we just closed it out. Here's what's great, we had a presentation, and, we could have it because we have media teachers that teach computers in the new school. I mean, like, all those things you're sharing, like, I think are great for everyone to hear, and people are always like, we don't know what's going on, and, and I think it's great because you can give it to Jody, and she can put a link in the town newsletter for sure. But
We've been doing that. We've been giving it to Jody,
Yeah.
but
I'm just saying, I'm just giving you more people to email, but whatever, we can figure it out, but I think those messages are really important, because you say what's going on in the district, but you also tout things that we're doing that other districts aren't doing, or that puts us, there are a lot of things I think we should be sharing, and it's a good way to.
Yeah, get ready for the 3-part series that's coming up in the Tides about the Mascue presentation.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's coming.
I'm sorry, I could, just to Suzanne's point, actually, so just today, the town administrator's office sent out their newsletter. I just wonder if you could, or you could have someone contact them to see if we could, get on, however they do it, and to get on that list of, if they do this every month.
I'm on the list, there's the school, Nancy's on the list, like,
Right.
like it comes out 15 days before they publish it. Do you have any news you want to put in here? And then you put it in.
Yes.
And I've even said, can we have, they're open to having like an education page
Right.
or an education, like a,
So I think,
corner or whatever. But I just think it's like, I mean, we always talk about how to get everyone, and I just think the fact that you're sending out a regular message is huge, and so.
I mean, it'd be interesting if you could dovetail something on the mailing that's already going out, and just see if that's something that works for you, just to make it a little bit easier, but that's completely up to you.
Yeah, because that's the thing that I brought up last time, is like, how do we target the people that are not in
Right,
Market Square?
that's the people we need, right?
Yeah, because
That's
those are the
people we
ones,
need.
those are the ones on the town floor that
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know what you're doing,
Yeah, well,
I don't
that's
understand.
That's why I'm suggesting, this newsletter goes out directly to town meeting members, and you can opt out. Like, it's a constant contact message or something where you can just opt out if you don't want to read it, but I bet people won't, because they're all curious, and we don't have,
Right.
the newspaper
Yep.
that tells us all the little things all the time.
Yeah,
Right.
even if it is like a constant contact kind of thing, like
Right.
adding something potentially maybe on the district site where they can easily
Right.
sign up.
Yeah.
Because that makes it easier for us
I just
and
think-
other
I
people
think-
to refer them to sign up if they opted out.
But I also think we've tried, people come to us and get the information, but they just want you to come to them.
Yeah,
So it's just like, if it's in someone's email, say, I don't want to receive this anymore, or read it.
I
don't
think, Jay, there's many ways to get this out really easy. Again, whether it's from, dovetailing what the town already sends out, whether it's doing our own constant contact. Do what's easier for you that you think will have the widest net of, whether it's town meeting members, all citizens. I mean, I don't know. The question to ask the town administrative staff is how many people actually receive or are have opted into this mail list. I think that might be just the easiest thing to do, but I'll let you choose.
I'll look into it, certainly.
Great, thank you.
I mean, I agree 1,000% that we want to be reaching more than just the families of
Yes.
students. Yeah, so.
That
Yeah,
goes without saying.
I'm on the school committee and still like not in the know, right? Because I don't have a kid, and I'm not like listening to playground gossip, like, right?
We have playground gossip.
Oh my God, that was the best.
Right, next slide. So the 3-year progress can be broken down yearly into measurable chunks. Monitoring is good, but the goal isn't measurable because how a goal is monitored needs to be clarified, quantified, SMART goal. Yes, and I started this, and I actually think it's on your,
This
these,
chart.
but I'm not quite done yet. I
No,
got started
I-
on this today,
this-
so.
This makes me really happy to see this chart, because that's what I was talking about, like,
Yeah.
here's what we're gonna measure, here's what we're gonna measure in year one, and I think the year one block should be maybe divided
If you
into,
go- It's not on this.
yeah, it's not on this
It's not on this
presentation,
presentation.
but basically it's a rubrics,
Yeah, it's
right?
this.
It just says, it's a rubric, and it just says, here's what I'm measuring, here's what I'm gonna do in year one, here's what I'm gonna
This
do
is-
in year two, and here's what I'm doing in year three, and then also, like, it could have the evidence, like, year one, you're gonna establish routine and document, whatever, so what's your evidence that you did that? And then you write, I will present agendas from these meetings, or I will, whatever, a data analysis, there'll be a presentation in March about what our data collection looks like, or
Yeah.
what our new dashboard is, or something, right? But like, this is like the really easy way to visually lay it out all in one place, like sort of what you're doing and how
Yes.
we're measuring it and how you're gonna prove it.
So I will say, the reason I pulled it off the presentation, I'm sorry, is because I realized I was doing this today, and I just wanted to take another look at it before it became official,
That's
so.
fine.
Yeah,
All
no,
right.
no,
No worries.
legit, but I think like,
So-
this makes me, this, I'm like a visual person, obviously, and
Yeah.
it makes me, understand, this is the goal, this is year one, this is year two.
Yeah,
This is how I'm gonna prove I did it.
yes,
Like, yeah, I think this is, I mean, I love the pages with the statement, sort of, and why. But then I think it needs to be followed by, this is perfect. No, it's
okay.
good.
Thank you, sorry it's not complete. I
No,
just-
it's totally,
Okay.
my fault, so.
No,
we're not giving you feedback.
You're in the malleable stage, so.
Yeah,
And then Mr. Pastor had a question about the budget, how we wanted me to concentrate on budget, which I'll be engaging in those conversations in classes through NISIP, but also I'm going to a North Shore Roundtable meeting tomorrow about Chapter 70 money and Chapter 70 funds, so that's happening in Danvers tomorrow. And I will also continue to work closely with the Assistant Superintendent of Finance and Operations, so.
yeah, I think this is the hard part for you, because you're gonna have to start having a folder on your desktop, right? And having folders like, this is evidence of goal 1, this is evidence of goal 2.
Hold on, next slide.
Nice.
So next slide, you can see the tracker that we have. So
Yeah.
this is my tracker.
Right.
This is just an example of this month that's
Right.
not 100% complete, but this is the idea that, you know, we
Yeah.
have everything where it's linked to the goals, whether it's a monthly goal, whether it's a weekly goal, a monthly goal, or whether it's a semester goal, whatever it is.
Right.
So this is the way I'm going to track it, and then I'll be able to kind of see how I'm doing. And I think this is going to be a nice way if you know,
Yeah.
you talk about, you're worried about me burning out. I think we'll be able to see it with the tracking system.
Yeah. And I think like for your benefit too, to link your documents that you're gonna, at the end of
That's
all this,
exactly
when
what
you
we'll-
need to write up your thing.
Yes.
It's like, I remember the first year Pam did it, she was just like, oh my God, like, it was just like so much, and then trying to go back and find documents and cull
Yeah.
information, it's really, I mean, also, it was the first year we did it, so it was really way too much.
Yeah, I think this is going to help a lot, and I think this
Yeah.
is a place where I can actually link a lot of things as well.
Yeah,
So,
no, I think that's great.
yeah.
John?
Can we go back to the slide that this was tied to, the K through 12 leadership, shared learning? So I'm just looking at this for the first time, so it looks like a lot. I guess that's my initial reaction looking at it. And my concern is that all these very detailed tasks are going to take you away from other responsibilities. Like you're filling out forms to say I've complied with these goals. I guess I really understood this one to be more of a holistic thing.
Yeah.
And yes, I get chunking out measurements, but this seems like a lot. And, you know, I guess, you know, I've said the same thing to Superintendent Angelakis when she was here. You know, we want you focused on your highest and best use of your capabilities and skills. And I'm not sure filling out reports to say I've complied with these measurements, these very detailed measurements, gets you there. I guess that's, again, I can take this back and look at it in more detail and see but that's my initial reaction, Jason, that this is, you know, maybe a way to make it a little more holistic without being quite so detailed, but still you know, to say, here's some measurable data that I can present to the school committee to show progress or show, you know, whatever the particular goal was in that box. But does that make sense?
Yep.
I mean, I think you did that a few times, because you said there was gonna be like a pre and post surveys. Like you did say that a few times, like surveys you were gonna share of like, satisfactions and.
Yep.
And, did, you know, something change?
Miguel?
No, I'm good.
I'm going to dovetail on John here. I think some of the additions were okay, fine. I do not, I find this just way too detailed for this. So I'm at a little bit of a loss about voting on this tonight, because I know you had a real short time to do it. I don't want to shortchange you and the comments. So I'd like to just chat among us. I mean, I would have preferred to vote on it tonight, because, you know, we were waiting, but I don't think it's ready for a vote personally, but that's just me. I mean, I'll go with the flavor of the board.
I agree. I think we should give the superintendent the opportunity to get it where he thinks he's comfortable, and maybe give us a quick update at the next meeting, and we can put it on for an agenda item.
Or you could email it to us too, and we could just look at it before the meetings and give you some,
Yep.
so that we're not spending this much time on it, so it's not like a huge heavy lift to
Right.
take a vote next time. Like if we could just look at it and send you back
Right, and
comments or
I
good
agree.
job.
Yeah, I agree, Suzanne.
I
And,
hope that's,
right, and plus,
Sorry, I'm so
I really,
sorry.
no.
I really think Amy should weigh in
Button sticker.
to this. Miguel, are you okay with that, if we
Yep.
wait?
Yep.
Okay, great. So we're going to just take off that vote requested, and we're going to push this off. You're going to, Mr. Kalishman, you're going to email everything when yourself and Ms. O'Connor have a chance to go through that, and make some of those updates. Thank you. Any subcommittee updates? Anything over here, subcommittee updates?
I have access to the policy folder
Yeah.
and been
Looked
reading.
through. Have you?
Yeah.
So I think B is, wait, I'm gonna get back with Amy. I told her there was one section that was easy for us to
Okay.
go through. But, yeah, we have to start checking those off.
Okay. And just so the community knows, we did have an open meeting earlier this evening, Budget Subcommittee of the Whole, that's how we do it. And at that time, Ms. Stella really just basically went over some of the numbers that we discussed here, as well as talking a little about projections and initial thoughts for 26 and 27 fiscal year. And that's it. So now, some actions and votes. Over here. Do I have the actions and votes? I think I do. I will ask for patience. And here we go. It's here somewhere. Okay. Go to here. Special one-day sale of alcoholic beverages at indoor farmers markets at Swampscott High School, and that would be on the 23rd of November. And do I have paper on that, or we're just voting on it? I don't have a paper on that, but I guess can someone make a motion to approve the special one-day sale of alcoholic beverages at the indoor farmers market at Swampscott High School on the 23rd of November?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Any questions? I'm sorry. Do you have it?
Not really, yeah, I guess it's a question. Has the select board approved this already? It said it was going to the select board as well.
Mr. Kalishman, has the select board approved this?
I'm not aware, I'm not sure.
Okay.
We've done this before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have we?
Yep.
Yeah.
I thought so.
All right.
I mean, this is just like, can sell wine at the
Right.
The
farmer's
yearly-
It's the
market.
same, it's the
winter.
farmer's market,
Yeah.
people
Right,
that are there.
Great.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, I'm okay with that, Glenn.
All right. Someone make a motion, please, to accept. Someone second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And there's no one opposed. Okay. Moving right along, donation from Leah Hines, which I have. Thank you. All right. The name of the donor is Leah Hines. Ms. Hines lives in Swampscott. She donated $21 to be used towards paying for any student to attend a field trip for Swampscott Elementary School, kindergarten class to Brooksby Farms. All right, thank you, Ms. Hines. It's very kind of you to do that. We appreciate that. Can someone please,
So many cute pictures from that day.
yeah, saw
They were
that,
adorable.
saw that. Made
I'll
my
make
heart,
a mo-
definitely
I'll
made
make
my
a-
heart go pitter patter. I will say that.
I'll make a motion to approve
Great.
donation.
Second, please.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, great. And the last one is the regular session minutes, pardon me, from October 9, 2025. Someone make a motion to approve.
I'll make the motion to approve.
Someone second. Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
It passes unanimously. And unless anyone has anything to
Wait,
add
I have one quick ask.
Go ahead.
In our folder was withdrawal report. Is that something we're talking about? Not, obviously not tonight then?
That's where we pushed that because the open analytics, we're gonna use that
Oh, okay.
same
All right,
data.
All right.
But we're gonna push it a little bit.
okay. I just was like,
Great, thank you for the question. Can someone make a motion to adjourn?
I'll make the motion.
Someone second?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye, we are adjourned.
wicked fast meeting.